Hi guys! So today I'm going to be doing a college advice video, basically my take on my freshman year. This video was actually super requested, so I am really excited to be filming this for you guys. And I also wanted to apologize that I know I haven't posted in over a week. Wow, I haven't done that in such a long time, but I am really sorry. I am not trying to make an excuse or anything, but when I got home from college, I was just exhausted. I pretty much just slept and ate for 2 days straight. I was just exhausted from the sleepless nights of finals week and being just really excited to come home, so I just wouldn't sleep at night, and I was just so stressed out during finals week. And then when I came home, I was just like, I have nothing to do, I can finally relax. So I just relaxed for a couple days and caught up with some friends, and then I got a virus, so I was pretty sick, but now I'm feeling a lot better. So I'm back filming for you guys, which I'm so happy to be doing. I had a great freshman year, a great experience. I can't imagine it any differently. I've just had such a great, my freshman year was perfect to me. I got everything I expected out of freshman year and more. I just had such a great time. I met so many friends throughout my sorority and my other friends. I just have such a great group up there. I'm going to be talking about just basically advice that I've just picked up during my freshman year of college. And I'm gonna talk about packing, roommates, parking, classes, all that jazz. And I have notes in my phone, so if you see me looking down at my phone, that's why. I'm gonna try to just have some good posture and talk straight to you guys. So with that said, let's get started. And of course the lawn guys start going as soon as I start filming, but hopefully you guys can't hear that. I really hope you guys can't hear that because it's kind of loud. My first tip is, it feels self-explanatory, but go to class. There are so many people that I know that just don't go to class just because they're like, oh, I don't care, or people just don't go to class. And honestly, you're in college to go to class. You're in college to get an education, so I don't understand why people don't go to class. I mean, unless you're sick or you honestly can't get there, then that's one thing. But there's people that just, oh yeah, I'll sleep in, I don't feel like going. You learn so much from just being in class. Yeah, you have the books and stuff that you can look at in your dorm room or in your apartment or wherever you're staying, but the teacher talks so much, and what the teacher says is usually what's likely going to be on the test because of what the teacher's honing in on. So yeah, you're in college, go to class. My number 2 is to study. There are some people, like I said, that just don't study. I know in high school you can get away easily with not studying for stuff and that last minute cramming. College really isn't like that because you ain't have in some of my classes, it would just be one midterm, one final, and one mid-paper and one final paper. So you'd have 4 things that would make up your grade. So there's really no leeway in there to not study because you have 2 big tests. And if you don't do well on one of your tests, then, well, hopefully you did well in the other 3, but you're definitely not gonna get an A in the class. When I used to study, if you guys watched my organizational video, which I'll have right here if you guys haven't seen it, but I use this app called Quizlet that's awesome. It makes note cards for you, and then you can take tests. It's perfect for when you're on the go, you're at the bus, you're just at home, you can get on your computer or your phone. It's just such a great app. So yeah, definitely study when you're in college. It's a lot different than high school. It's a lot harder than high school. So I would definitely recommend studying whenever you can. My next point is to go to all of your tests and quizzes. I know we all have those days where we're just so busy during the week, and then when the day of the test comes, we're like, I did not prepare as much as I could have for that test. And some people might want to skip the test and think oh, I'm just gonna do bad anyway. But honestly, you guys, anything's better than a 0%, anything. Even if you only get, 10% right on the test or 15% right on the test, that's better than getting a 0. My next point is roommates. This was something that I was really stressed out about going into college. Your roommate really does not have to be your best friend, and it will still work out fine. Just really be respectful of your roommate. And I don't know if you guys saw one of my videos, I think it was my dorm tour. Yeah, my dorm tour video. I told you guys about how I got Sarah as my roommate. So I would suggest starting summer and doing a random roommate because that gives you the opportunity to meet somebody. But then when you're in the dorms for fall semester to fall into spring, I would actually recommend being with somebody that you know, because there were just a lot of, I don't know how to explain it, but there were just a lot of situations where I was really glad that I had somebody that I knew rather than somebody that I just met a month ago, My 5th tip and trick, or what do we call that? My 5th tip and trick for you guys would be to lock away all your valuables. If you guys watched my dorm haul video. Yeah, my dorm haul video, you guys saw that I got those 2 really big trunks, and they could both be locked. So in those, I could keep my more expensive bags, my like passport, stuff like that that you don't want just anybody seeing. You might trust your roommate 100%, and I completely trusted my roommate, Sarah. She was a really great friend of mine, and we became even better friends through the semesters, and I completely trusted her. But you guys have to remember that if you're in like a suite style, I got lucky in my dorm where you could lock it from, like you have the bathroom that would separate your room and your suite mate's room. But in some dorms, there's no lock from the bathroom to the rooms, which means that your suite mates can come in at any time if you're not there. And maybe you do trust your suite mates, but you never know. What if your suite mate left their door unlocked and somebody came through their room and then went through your room and could take some of your stuff, you know? And also, anybody that works in the dorm or apartment, wherever you are, they can have access to your room, especially in the dorms. They can come in at any time. They have keys to all the rooms. So basically, anybody that works in the dorm hall place can come into your room at any time. So I would just really recommend locking like your really expensive valuables, or of course your passport if you bring it, or your like social security card and stuff like that. I would definitely recommend locking those, because if those got lost, that would be super hectic. I would next recommend carrying around a clutch with you. This baby and I got super close over my time in college, my freshman year, just because it was with me all the time. It's so easy. Basically what I would just have in here was, all you need is your university ID, because sometimes that'll get you on to, depending on where you go, the different rooms, the bus, stuff like that, and your regular ID, cash, whatever cards you need, you have it all right here. And then also, again, I'm home from college, so it's not on here anymore. So I used to keep my dorm room key and my mailroom key on this. So basically I would have this and I would have everything, because you know, it stinks, and I've been there, done that, when you have to go somewhere and you just grab one thing and you're like, oh my goodness, I completely forgot my car key or whatever, and you have to go all the way back because it's not on your wallet. Well, with this, no matter where you are in the day, or if you're like, oh, I'm all the way across campus and I don't want to go back to my room, or I need to get my mail, but my room key's all the way back in my room, well, you have your mail key with you. So everything's on here. So of course, you need to keep this actually on you and protected with you at all times, because it has everything on you. But yeah, I would definitely recommend a clutch of some kind. This is just one by Michael Kors, but they have really cute ones at Kate Spade, Tory Burch, really anywhere, or even just like Target if you want one of those, you know? My 7th tip for you guys is packing. Now, this is a big one for me, because you might be asking why I'm filming down here again. Well, I know I filmed upstairs before because my stuff hadn't been moved up to my room yet. But right now, I'm now on my 2nd week of summer, 2nd and a half week of summer. Well, when I filmed my birthday haul part 2 video, all my stuff was still in my car, but now everything is in my room, and I am now past my 2nd week of summer, and I still haven't been able to unpack it all because it's just so overwhelming. Guys, I brought way too much stuff. I brought pretty much my entire closet. If you guys watch my dorm room tour, or my dorm room haul video, you guys will see things that you need to bring to college. That's stuff you need to bring. But me, I brought all of that, plus more than like 3/4 of my wardrobe, my jewelry stuff, a lot of my makeup. I brought some at first, and when I came back, I brought even more of it up. I brought so many purses. Like honestly, I overpacked big time, and I paid my lesson because it was hard. I had to bring a ton of stuff home during spring break just so that everything would fit in my car coming home after my last exam for summer break. But you guys, I'm telling you, you don't need to pack as much as I did, because it was a nightmare. I would look under my bed because I had to get all my stuff out, and there was one of my suitcases back there was still half full of clothes, which means that when I brought my stuff up in the beginning of the fall semester, it never ever made it out of my bag. So it was just sitting under my bed that whole time. So I could have been home that entire time because I never wore it. So you guys see what I'm trying to say is you don't need to pack a ton of stuff like I did. I would recommend bringing some of your stuff home during spring break, because that's what I did. So if you find yourself in that situation, bring some stuff home during spring break so that when you bring it home over summer, it's not a complete disaster. It's parking. Parking on college campuses is really stressful and really bad. I didn't have to drive to school because I lived in a dorm, like you guys know. And the next semester I'm going to be living in an apartment, a really nice apartment, which I'm so excited about, some of my sisters. And it's really close to school, so it's walking distance. But you guys, parking on campus is a bear. You have to get there really, really early, from what I've heard. And people are always trying to find parking spaces. And even like during the day, if I need to do something and I use my car and I come back, I sometimes have to wait at the top of the lot, because at my school you have to park, if you're parking overnight, you have to park in the very tops of the garages. And I have to wait for somebody to leave, which can take like 15 minutes, and it's so annoying. If you can, just move your car as least as possible, just because it can be a nightmare getting it back into a space that you can use. And also be really careful in front of your dorms, because in front of ours, it was all like handicap spots. So if you parked there, even though they said, even though the dorm people told us that we could park there for 15 minutes when you unload and reload your stuff, but that didn't happen and tickets were given out. So that was a really irrational and just annoying situation. Well, I now have a handicap because of my lupus, and I physically can't, you know, move stuff to a far location. But yeah, you just have to be really careful about where you're parking and make sure that your parking is okay at all times. My 9th tip for you guys would be to get involved. There are so many things to do around campus, so many things to do other than partying, which can be fun, but there's also so many other things you can do. One thing that I recommend is Greek life. As you guys know, I'm in a sorority. I'm in Alpha Gamma Delta, and I am just so happy about that sorority. I love it so much. I've made some of my greatest friends through my sorority. But also, if rushing isn't your thing, don't feel like you have to do it. Find an organization or some kind of activity or whatever it is on campus that works for you, that you love. And if you do end up joining a sorority or doing some kind of organization, which I think is great, is don't let the organization define you, because on my campus, you'll see like sorority girls or different people in other organizations every single day wearing like their like a tank or a spirit jersey of their sorority, and Nords, which are like Nike shorts, or leggings every single day. And I'm just like, how and why? Like every single day you have to wear, I just don't understand. So my 10th and final trick for you guys is something that's very near and dear to my heart. It's just keeping in touch with your parents. You know, they love you so, so, so much. And I don't think, maybe there were like a couple days here and there, but there were not at least, you know, 2 consecutive days where I didn't talk to my parents. I would always text them. We always had group chats going. We FaceTimed or Skyped or whatever. Like I love them so much, and they've helped me so much throughout the years. So just because that I'm in college now and I have my own life, my own, you know, responsibilities, my own independence, doesn't mean that, oh, you know, they're just back home, I'll just see them when I see them, you know? Just keep in touch with their parents. They love that. My parents, when I came home, my parents told me how much they appreciated me just keeping in touch with them all the time, and, you know, makes them feel good knowing that, okay, my daughter is in college, she's safe, she's good, because it might be scary going to college, but they're scared too because, you know, one of their children have left the nest. So those are basically my 10 tips and tricks on college, and I just feel so blessed to say that I've had such a great and positive freshman year experience. If you guys have any more questions or anything at all, you guys can send me a message if it's private, or you guys can send me a comment and I'll do my best to answer them. Or you guys can tweet me if you guys have like a direct question. I can see them really easily if you use the hashtag AskCECmedia. And my Twitter is Courtney E. Carter, and my Instagram is also Courtney E. Carter. So if you guys ever have any questions at all, you guys can feel free to come to Big Sis Courtney. But college is, you know, it's a big step. And at first I was really, you know, kind of scared and worried about it. But I had such a great time, and I already can't wait to go back in the fall. But right now I'm just enjoying my summer break. With that said, I hope you guys have a great day or night, and I look forward to hearing any questions you guys may have for me. I will see you in the next video. Bye guys!